Hello, hello, welcome everybody. Happy Sunday. I already have thread all over me. Happy Sunday. I spilled water. How embarrassing. There wasn't time to run across and find another shirt, so it'll dry. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, I'm so happy to be back. It is Sunday morning, and welcome to Quarter Inch Seam. I'm so excited that you're here. I hope we're live. There we go. Hi, Susan. Hi, Jean. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, so we'll let everybody else we'll let a few more people kind of join in, and then I'll tell you where I've been. Hiya, kid. Hi, honey. Steve has been gone for 4.5 days, and we are missing him at home. I'm so excited he's coming home this afternoon. So excited! Hi, Laura. So he's coming home today, finally. And I tell you what, man, it's hard to sleep. It's hard to sleep when you're used to having somebody next to you. Man, that'll just, jeez. I don't like it. I don't like that. We are going to start some spring projects, and in a few minutes, when a couple more people have joined in, just so I won't have to repeat it all, and you won't have to watch the, hi Loretta, you won't have to watch the replay. I'll tell you what's been going on this week. Not the least of which is, oh, thanks. Yeah, I managed to get the hair going today. Now, yesterday I worked in the yard all day long, and it was really scary looking. Thank God I was working in the backyard and people driving by weren't seeing, because there's probably would have been a few wrecks. I'm thinking. Anyway, I'm super, super excited he's coming home today. He's been in at a trade event, and gosh, it's just hard. And I made a list that was 800 things long of things I wanted to get done before he got home, things that he wouldn't have to worry about. It was a little too long of a list. It was just too much. And then as I was walking in, my water splashed onto me, and so I have water on my shirt. Anyway, okay, it's not important. Moving on. I kind of teased you a little bit about 2 weeks ago about some spring projects I want to work on. And so the good thing, hi Angie, the good thing is we're just going to work them in to other stuff, because I'm still working on Diamond Squared. I have another jelly roll top that I made that I want to do the back to. But I've got 3 projects here that I really want to do, throughout spring. Hi, Diane. Squirrel. Sorry. Yeah, I'm total squirrel. Total. I get it from my mother, which I'll tell you about in just a second. The first is one that actually Steve found that I love, that I think I'm going to try and cut today. We're going to try. We're going to see. And it's called Scrappy Patchwork Pillow by Sherry McConnell. It was a free project. It was by a Quilting Life. Hi, Madeline. Hi, Julie. So this is it. A Quilting Life Scrappy Patchwork Pillow. Say that 3 times fast. By Sherry McConnell. Steve got this one in his email, because now that he's married to me, his email is filled with quilting too. Hi, Betsy. So I'm going to try and cut this morning. Hi, Donna. Please share. We would love to help you grow the guild. Yeah, please share. Share the channel. Tell other people. Because we hit 2,000 in February. Yeah. 2,000 followers in February. And so now, what's the goal now? I'd like to hit 5,000, which I know is a bit lofty, but that's all right. Because what good is a goal if it's not lofty? And if you're a quilter, that's always your goals are lofty. Anyway, I'd like to hit 5,000 by Steve's birthday, which is May 21st. Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah. Okay. So the Scrappy Patchwork Pillow, you can go to aquiltinglife.com. And she's on all the social stuff too. So we're going to try that one. We may cut that one today. And here's some fabrics I pulled out for some of this spring stuff. So one, I love this one. I absolutely love, 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 love this one. 5,000 for brand partners. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah. There's some brand stuff that would be fantastic, and we'll get some discount codes. Woo-hoo-hoo, doesn't love a discount code. Anyway, but look at this, how pretty it is. Isn't that pretty? It's just very springy. Very springy. Look at that. And this is Madison. Hi, Sandra. By June Madej. And this is Wilmington Prints. So Wilmington Prints, Madison. Can you see it? Do I have to do that stupid thing that people on the internet do? Can you see it? I think we all know how I feel about that. The second one that I'm going to try and use, I got to figure out what I want to use this one on, because some of them are very springy and some of them are not so springy. The back side, the last three colors, the gray, the black, and this kind of darker, it's very dark. It doesn't look as dark on your screen as it does here, but this burgundy color is really dark. But the rest of them are so fun. And this one is by In the Beginning Fabrics. And it's a Rainbow of Jewels by Jason Yenter. Jason Yenter. Rainbow of Jewels by In the Beginning Fabrics. There you go. Isn't that pretty? It's almost like a batik. Don't forget to tap your nails on the product. Oh yeah, I have to do this. Or the other one, where they do this. I don't think I can do it. You ready? The tapping the nails is like, I have to swipe by. If one more person tap, seriously? Here's the other one. They always do this with makeup stuff, right? They do this. Really? Why don't you just take it off like an adult? Just unscrew it like an adult. Cringe is the word. Seriously. If I see one more person snap their lid off, sorry. Okay. So just a quick update. I'm sorry I was a little MIA this week. With Steve being out of town and trying to get him out of town, and then he was gone. They aren't adults. They're not. Just, it's time to grow up. Anyway, and him being gone, and I had a lot of work stuff. I was under a lot of kind of stress at work, so I was dealing with that. And then, unfortunately, you're a trip. We're trying for ASMR videos. Oh, I know. Okay, let me ask you. Wait, let me tell you this, and then I'll address the ASMR. Okay, really quickly. The second project is allpeoplequilt.com. So you can go to All People Quilt, and it's carrot sticks. Is this the most, if you have to see it in color, is this the most adorable table topper? I'm doing this one. So I'm going to see what oranges, the problem is most of my orange stuff I've used for the diamond squared. Hi, Dubrovka. So today I gotta find, it's not gonna happen today because I have way too much yard work and stuff I want to finish. But for Tuesday's video, I will find the orange, some orange variations for this one right here. Is this adorable? Oh, adorable. And then the green, look at the green. And you actually make them kind of loops of fabric. So it looks like a carrot top. Ah! This one I'm excited about. And in the project, in the pattern, is obviously the cutouts for the carrot and all that stuff. So I'd love to start this one today, but if I start it, I'm just not even close to. You need an eighth of a yard of 7 assorted orange fabrics. So I got to find 7 assorted orange fabrics. This one I think is going to be adorable. And then, not to be outdone by this adorable thing, Signs of Spring. And this one I really like because you can set it up as a table topper, a 4-up table topper, or you can do it linear like a table runner. And I am going to do it linear like a table runner, but I'm going to do it vertically like a wall hanging. It's ambitious, isn't it? I know. Listen, I know. I have 85 unfinished projects sitting over here, but this I'm in. So I've got to read through this one because there's a lot, there's quite a bit of instructions. And when I printed it, so be careful because when you print this one, there's some lines in here where she does the, if you can see it, there's some lines where she divides between one fabric, like fabric A and fabric B, and the cuts, the instructions, didn't print exactly below the line. And so you have to be careful because on the first page, I started getting confused as to what was going with, what was supposed to be cut with what. So I went through and kind of highlighted what went together and didn't highlight stuff that went together. And so I could kind of have an idea as I was reading through it. But you can see how the print lines and the fabric cuts are a little bit off. But I think this is going to be fun. I would download this one. I'm going to break it up because otherwise we'll just be in this Signs of Spring project for the rest of our lives. So we're going to break it up and we'll mix some. That's really the goal, the plan for this, the rest of this year, which has been the plan for this year as a whole, which is some bigger projects that we'll work a little bit on and kind of move along. And then we'll mix in some smaller projects and we'll work in some medium projects. This is kind of like 4 small projects in one. But I really am excited about this one to do it linear. And I'm going to start cutting for the pillow today and see if we have enough. Hi, Robin. See if we have enough to put together, at least get the fabrics going. Because I think the pillow is going to be a pretty quick. It's kind of just a scrappy project. This one looks pretty easy. This one, I'm really trying to, I think I'm going to take this one out with me today and maybe study this a little bit because, hi, Kate. It's a little more involved. And you know how I am. Anyway. Ta-da! So those are the spring projects. And that's what we are working on. Now, I was gone. I haven't posted much this week. I haven't posted really at all this week, I think, since Sunday or Monday. And in addition to Steve going out of town, which has its own ball of wax, they put my mom back in the hospital for a couple of days. She's still there. She's just dealing with, it's not serious. She didn't have a stroke or a heart attack or anything like that. But it's just trying to regulate these medications that she's on. And it's really proved a really, which we're discovering is not uncommon. And so, yeah. So she just, it ends up making her very sick. And because it involves, obviously, her heart, it worries her doctor. And so they put her in the hospital. Had a little infection, had a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So anyway, I appreciate all your kind thoughts in advance. But that's what I've just been mentally like distracted. Okay, pillow. I don't know why I have the keyboard here. And Steve and I have had some big house project stuff going on. It's just been, how many times can you check your email in the span of 3 seconds? Okay, let's figure out what we need for the pillow, and then I'll tell you about my ASMR thing that drives me nuts. And I'm trying to figure out exactly at what point in society we decided to start doing this. Now, my adorable husband. Thank you very much, Sandra. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I just wanted to feel better. Just wanted to feel better and good. Indefinitely. All right. Now this says, I really want to do the pillow in this. So I'm going to give it a whirl. And then we'll have a bunch of scraps that we can use for whatever. Hi, Diane. Did I say hello to Diane? You guys say hello to people after I've said hello to people, and then I lose track of who I've said hello to people. Thank you, Madeline. All right. So this is what we're going to do. So let's do this. And I have more gardening work to do today, so I'm in my dungarees. All right, let's try and make some sense of this table. Why do I have... Thank you, Loretta. Thanks, Angie. Okay, why do I have a crochet needle? I was sitting in here one day, and I pulled it out, and anyway. It's not important. All right, what are we doing? So today I'm going to cut. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to switch this around. Minnie is taking a nap because, you get up, you go potty, you have breakfast, and then you need a nap. Honestly, this dog. But I did love her. And she's kept me good company, huh, Min? Although I will tell you the sweetest thing. She keeps looking, especially on Thursday and Friday. Usually he's home about 6:30. And she just knows. I don't know how they know, but they know. Maybe she has a smartwatch somewhere that I don't know about. And so usually between 6 and 6:30, she goes and sits by the laundry room, because that's where it comes in from the garage, and waits for him. And she sat in that laundry room for 2 hours on Thursday night trying to figure out what exactly was going on. Where exactly is he? Until I convinced her that. But we're excited. Dad's coming home today. Okay, what do we need? We need 16 1.5 by 1.5 inch squares and 16 2.5 by 2.5 inch squares. So let's just oh, I see what they did. There's a little square in the middle that's kind of just patchworky. 16 1.5 inch squares. Then there's a piece of background. Then there's 16 2.5 by 2.5 inch squares that go all the way around. So I'm going to separate these so that we end up with a good mix. And let's do this up here. Shall I move again, please? So that you guys can see better. And we'll turn on the camera because we fixed the overhead camera and I keep forgetting that it works. Okay. All right. So I got my pattern. Okay. And I think what we're going to do. Oh, no, Madeline. I know. Then she slept on his pillow. She climbed up on his pillows and slept there for hours until like the middle of the night, like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Because she just, yeah. These little critters get in our heads and in our hearts, and I tell you what. And they're just as connected to us as we are to them. Oh, Madeline. Yikes. 4. I'm just separating them into 2 piles. One that's going to be for 1.5 inch squares, and one that's going to be for 2.5 inch squares. Oh, Madeline. Too much to even bear. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That one's really similar. 8, 9. Oh, I love this one. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Okay, so now one of these we're going to cut into 2.5 by 2.5 inch. Wait a minute. Oh, I don't want to cut all this, do I? Wow, low 90s. Hello, good morning. Low 90s. Hi, Angela. Happy mom. I hope all's well. Glad to see you. Hi, Stephanie. Thank you very much. She's in the hospital. I think she's getting out today. God willing. I hate when she's in the hospital. I really only need 4, huh? I really only need 4 cut into, otherwise I'm going to use way more of this pack than I need to. I need 16 2.5 inch squares. So and 16 1.5 inch squares. So we'll use the 16. And then I'll have 2.5 by that's fine. Let's just do it that way. Let's just do it that way. It works up here. It does. Okay. I have this question to ask. I'm going to cut 4 at a time. I have a question to ask. And I do it too. Trust me. Every Sunday morning, I get a report on my phone that says how much time I spent on my phone during the course of the week, how much screen time I spent as a very, very grown adult. I'm well into the grown-up stage. how much time I spend on my phone. Now, granted, a lot of my phone time, a lot, not all, but a lot, is for business. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut these in half, 2.5 inches. But it's still, I still spend a lot of time that has nothing to do with business or making money or my profession or anything like that. It's just purely puff, right? 1, 2.5. But my question is this. When exactly did we start spending so much time watching people eat or cook things and then eat them on the internet? Why? I was watching somebody eat something. They'd made something. They hadn't really shared much of the recipe. They just put it together, so you didn't really have any idea of how to make it. And then she sat there for another few minutes and she ate, and I watched her eating. And I do it all the time. I don't seek these things out. I don't have like a fetish. No, I don't. However, I was trying to figure out why. When did we start doing this? Watching people eat? Going on the internet to eat and have people watch us? We need to read more as a society as a whole. Okay, and I'm going to set these aside because we'll use them for something else. Okay. So then let's do, we need a 2.5 inch square. Yeah, let's do that afterwards. Let's get these first things cut. Yeah, it's getting warm here. Yesterday it was beautiful. I spent the whole day in the yard and it felt so good. I don't do that enough. Steve does most of the yard stuff. I go out and putter around. But yesterday I went and trimmed all of my fruit trees to get all the dead stuff off. 1, 2.5. So I got all that stuff off. And then and that lemon tree ate me up. Ate me up. Those thorns, I tell you what. And then we have palms. So I was trimming all the palms. And then it was the palm stickers. And those things are like needles. They're like knives. Unbelievable. All right, let's see. Oh, I hope this really works. I hope this is going to be cute. I hope this pillow, the reason I wanted to use this fabric, 1, 2.5, is because it is going to go, it'll go perfectly in my bedroom. Blues and whites, and I figured this would be a pretty thing for spring. That's what I was thinking. All right. Okay. You're not lined up, Angela. This one does not want to cooperate. All right, so what are you guys working on? If you're new and you haven't been to our live before, welcome in. All right, let's see. I just spend way too much time. I'm trying to get better at that. At night, I don't, people put their whole life out there. It's not good. You know what? We tend to share everything. Everything. It's not healthy. It's just not healthy. I don't find it to be healthy. 96 wild winds. 88 seasonal tomorrow, 68 for one day. Oh, I know it's very weird weather right now, but yesterday it got into the 80s, but it was still nice. And then it cooled off last night, and today I think we're going to get the same. So it's getting warm. We don't quite have the humidity yet, which I don't mind. I was able to work in the yard and not feel like I was going to pass out. gorgeous in New Jersey. She's using the overhead cam. Holy smoke, she's using the overhead cam. Listen, even you have to admit, the whole thing had to be reset. Listen, I'm not in production. I am just the person who sits here and does the stuff. I don't run all the wires. No. So yeah, she is still in the hospital, and I was thinking she was going to get out today, and then I just talked to her before, about a half hour before we started our live, and her stomach's just very, very, very upset. She has these pains from her medications. It's just a night. It's just, anyway. Okay. Saw my first snake yesterday while trying to clear out around a crepe myrtle. Oh. And that instant, my spring outdoor work was done. Donna, that's me too. I know. Yeah. No. They can have the tree. Want to live in it? Live in it. Build condos? Go ahead. Snake condos in my tree? Go ahead. You can have it. I can't do snakes. My toes right now are curled thinking about it. And I'll tell you what, if you have crepe myrtles, now is the absolute time to get them all cleared. However you're going to prune them back. We don't knuckle ours or knock them all the way down. They call it crepe myrtle. We don't do that. We trim off all the dead stuff, all the leftover, all the twiggy stuff that's sucking up water and that kind of thing, and pare them back. And literally the next day, they're full of leaves. It's so exciting. Okay. Thank you, Sandra. Working on 2 more baby quilts and a wedding quilt. Then I'm starting a romper dress for my grandbaby for summer. Oh, Laura. I'm dying. You guys have heard me talk about it. I'm dying to do a wedding rings quilt. And Steve saw something the other day because Missouri Star ran a sale, which was actually a fantabulous sale. I wish I had bought them, but I didn't. Templates for a wedding ring quilt. That's going to be like a year-long project. If I'm lucky, it's a year. Angie filled bobbins. Start quilting a sea turtle wall hanging. Oh, Angie, I can't wait to see that. Cannot wait to see that. Thank you, Dubrovka. Dan's working on a scrappy quilt. A scrappy quilt while we make a scrappy pillow. 2.5. Okay, so now I got my 2.5-inch squares started, and then this one is 1.5. 1.5. Okay, anybody fans of Patricia Cornwell? Still in the package. Laura, I know. That's the problem, is I would get them, and I would open them, and then nothing. Has to be organized chaos. Yeah. Okay, any Patricia Cornwell fans? I started watching yesterday Scarpetta, which is on Apple Prime. Now, I'm really disappointed in myself. Really? And maybe there ain't. Oh, they had them on sale again. I'm disappointed in myself because usually I try to not watch when they turn a book into a movie. I try not to watch until I've read the book. So if I haven't read the book, I try very hard not to watch the show, which isn't difficult for me because I want to read the book first. The whole created in your own imagination story. But when I went to my book sale last weekend, they did not have, I couldn't find, there were a lot of Patricia Cornwell books, but I really wanted Postmortem, which is supposedly the first one in the series, and they didn't have any, and I have so many books right now. I'm trying not to spend like serious money, and there's so many new books out that I'm dying to buy that I'm not spending money on. So I didn't buy Postmortem, but I really want to. Anyway, so I started reading. I started watching the Netflix series, Scarpetta. And I'm curious what you thought. A lot of people love it, and a lot of people do not love it. A lot of people don't like the changes. A lot of people don't like the, variances from the book, which I don't know what they are because I haven't read the book, or the series or whatever. And so I don't know. It's interesting. It's pretty good. Is it the best series I've ever watched? No. Was it really good? Has it kept my imagination? Absolutely. So there you have it. There she is. That's all she wrote. It's all she, get it? It's all she wrote. It was never mind. All right. And, for the haters, Patricia Cornwell was very involved in the adaptation to the show. So, it's not like they're ruining her book series without her, knowledge. In fact, she was in it. It was cool. Yeah. Okay. Looks like a good show. Yeah. I haven't read any of hers for a time. That's right. March is it March? I think March is Quilters Month. Flying home from Kansas City, lots of fabric shopping. Well, good luck flying home. Because it's a zoo. Yeah, it's a zoo. Steve is in Orlando at the event that he's at. And Orlando, first of all, is... Okay? If you are not used to or don't enjoy being around lots and lots of children who are as amped up on anything that they have ever been amped up on in their entire life. Because for a lot of children, it's their first experience at Disney, and they are vibrating, okay? Vibrating with excitement and overstimulation and sugar. And then there's always lots of sugar. And characters, and to a certain extent, sometimes I think it's fun to see their excitement because they're just odd. They're just, apoplectic with excitement and overload. But it can be a lot because sometimes that overload leads to a lot of, the side effects of overload where they're just like, you gotta calm down. And then there's tantrums and fits and crying, and I can't do that anymore. I just can't. So, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, flying. That's right. Because Stephanie's flying home from Kansas City. And the airports right now, you couple all of that, what I was telling you about at Orlando Airport, it's like 4 or 5 hours. Oh my God. To get on your plane, to go through like TSA and get all checked in. I mean, they show the lines in Orlando are usually, we've flown in and out of Orlando multiple times. It is usually, you have to give yourself extra time, get yourself a snack, get yourself a coffee, put on an audiobook or hold your book and just get in line and suck it up. Look, you want to get on the plane, you got to go through the line. But usually it's, an hour. It's like 4 hours in Orlando right now. I can't imagine what it's going to be today with people going home on Sundays. Nope. No, I'll walk. I would walk. So, anyway. Okay, 16, 2.5 by 2.5, 16, 1.5 by 1.5. Let me get caught up on the comments. Ripped out a sweater that I started 2 years ago. Oh no, couldn't finish it because of my hands. Couldn't tell where in the pattern I left off, and I lost weight, so it was too big. Starting over. Oh, man. Starting over. I got it, Angela. Sorry. Went to see the Hail Mary Project, the movies. Didn't get to read the book. Movie was great. I have been on the fence with Hail Mary Project. I put it in my Amazon cart, and then I take it out. And then I put it in, and then I take it out. So I'm glad to hear everybody loves the movie. Everybody loved the book. Flying in April to visit my sister friend. Well, I hope we're going to have fingers crossed for April. Looking home to getting home to my quilting. You know what? It's amazing how even if you enjoy traveling, coming home is just absolutely the best ever. Steve hasn't slept a wink. It's just 4 in bed and anyway. Okay. Orlando is a zoo. I loved visiting. Went often over that. Yeah, well, I'm way over it. But there's always fun stuff in the airport. I got a great mug in the airport, but that was about it. Home is where the heart is. Judy Niemeyer wedding ring quilt. Stephanie, don't forget to post it on Facebook because I am collecting wedding ring quilt ideas. I can see it in my mind how I want to do it. Okay, so we don't need those for right now. Okay, now what's next? Cut 2. Okay, that's the background. So what do I want to do for the background? I guess white. Minnie wants to know why I'm talking so loud because I'm interrupting her nap. White. White. Oh, you know what I do have? I do have some white. I do have some white from some leftover. Okay, don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. From some leftover 2.5-inch squares. Strips. Don't leave. I'm coming. Okay, we don't need very many. Oh, God. Does anybody hate opening a jelly roll? Shyster. I think we're just going to need... I don't think we're going to need very much. I'm just going to pull 2 out. Okay. What's next? Line these up. Now we're going to have to trim these down because it just wants 1.5 inch, and these are 2.5 inch. Right? Yeah. 10 minutes through TSA. Yahoo! Man, Stephanie for the win. That's awesome. Yeah, I would imagine that some airports are not quite as busy you know, and so you won't have the kind of problems, which is a blessing, because if every airport right now were going through this, but to a certain extent, every airport is, because all the TSA people are dealing with it, which is a shame. And I'm not going to comment further. I'm not going to comment because I'll get on my soapbox and it will be hard for me to get off. Okay. Ready? Cut 2, 1.5 by 4.5. So the first cut's going to be 4.5, and then we'll trim them down to 1.5 in just a second. Okay, 4.5. 1, 2, 3, 4.5. Oh, just got too many. I haven't been to Pennsylvania. I would love to go to Pennsylvania. Steve and I are hoping in the next couple years to do a trip up the East Coast. You know, up into like New England, that area. Also, if you want to do a wedding ring quilt, get the templates or borrow from me. They help tremendously. Yeah, you know what? I didn't. Oh, that's a good idea, Sandra. That's a very. My brain could not reconcile the wedding ring quilt until then. I saw the templates and I was like, that's the way to do it. Yeah, I think so too. Thank you, Stephanie, for the confirmation of that. All right, let's see. What do we need now? We need 1.5 by 6.5. Okay. Okay. 4.5, 6.5. Minnie's going to start snoring here in just a second. Now, I should have separated the two. Why didn't I do that? Just being lazy. I got them lined up and I just started cutting. And now I'm going to have to use another roll. Angela. Angela. Honestly. Because I need 12.5. I need 2 that are 12.5. That was dumb. That was a waste of fabric. Oh well. All right, and this one is 10.5. Okay, 10.5, and now we need 12.5. Please share with Stephanie how to share pics. Okay, you have to go to Facebook. You have to go to our Facebook page. You can't do it here, and you can't do it on Instagram. You got to do it on Facebook. So you go to Facebook. 1/4 seam is our page. Go there. You'll see me in my floppy hat. That one. You're going to see, and you have to do it from a mobile device. So either an iPad or a phone. Not an iPad, but you know, a tablet. Either a tablet or a smartphone. Can't do it from your thing. Go to oh gosh, my hands are swollen. Go to the first post you'll see is featured posts. Look for that on the Facebook homepage for 1/4 seam. You'll see featured post. Go to featured post. Click on that, and then you can add your picture. Because this month I am doing a giveaway. We do a random raffle. It's not based on anybody that posts in there a picture of something that you've finished or done or a project. If you post in there, you are entered in the. It's a phone thing. It's all electronic. Don't ask me those types of things. It just does and it chooses somebody. Hello from Michigan. Hello, Brenda. I used to do wedding ring quilts using templates. Rather than cutting out the tiny pieces for the arcs, I made an arc paper piece template that I printed out. Much easier. Oh, another fantastic idea. Why do I keep fidgeting with this thing? Locking it. Okay, 12 and a half. From the border fabric, ooh, for the border fabric to, oh, let me just trim these down real quick. I'll trim these down, and then that'll probably be it for today. Because these are to be 1.5 inches. Hi, Minnie girl. Are you having a nice nap? Madeline, I hope you have a fantastic trip at your retreat. That sounds like a blast. And I'll tell you what, it's probably the perfect time of year to go to Pennsylvania. I imagine it's beautiful. All right. That. So now this goes up here. Woo! I can't believe I got all this cut. Ha ha! I'll tell you what got me on the rant about people eating on the internet is I'm this close. This close. Oh, why aren't I sewing? Hi, Susan. Thank you, Susan. It is, I'll put it up again. Madison. This is by Wilmington Fabrics. There is the fabric. So take a screenshot or something of it really quick. You've seen this woman on the internet. She's the school teacher. I only need 2 of these. She's the school teacher, and she's now blown up. She's gone freaking viral. She's gone viral because a few months ago, well, she was trending that way. Okay, her stuff was starting to get really, really popular, and of course, yours truly got sucked in. So she would just show what, for the most part, quirky stuff she would eat at lunchtime, sitting at her desk. Really? I wasted time in my life to watch someone on their lunch break eat their lunch while I was eating my lunch on my lunch break at my desk. But okay. All right. So then she started off because she was doing this thing. She's obsessed with like English and British stuff, which is fine. I like that stuff too. Anyway, she started off by starting this series that she was going to do every week for a year, an English Sunday dinner. English Sunday dinner, English Sunday supper, whatever they call it. A roast dinner. So she'd been doing that. Then she started this thing with Weetabix, which is a cereal, very popular over there. And so she started doing all these weird things with Weetabix. And people fell in love with Weetabix. And now Weetabix is like sold out everywhere. Then she really blew the internet up when she took a sweet potato, this cheese you get at, I don't know, Trader Joe's or Aldi or whatever, and she cut slices of the cheese and shoved them into the sweet potato, and then everybody was like, this is to die for, it's unbelievable, and now everybody eats sweet potatoes stuffed with cheese. And she just puts all these weird, if she's got a sauce, it doesn't matter what she's putting it on, she just puts it on. It's just, ugh. Why? Why am I watching this stuff? I'm seriously, I'm an intelligent woman. Why am I watching people eat on the internet? Okay, so here's what's left. We've got the border. No, the background is the... This is the background. This is the background. I've got my 2.5-inch squares, and I've got my 1.5-inch squares. 16, 16, whatever, 8. Now I have to find a border fabric. So on Tuesday, for Tuesday's video, we'll start putting this together. Today, I'll find a border fabric. I'm going to have to look through my stuff because I don't know what I want to do for the border. Maybe just a pretty blue. Maybe just a pretty bluish thing. Although, you know what I might be able to do? I might be able to find something in here that I could just sew together. Oh, maybe I'll do that. That would be kind of pretty. Okay, I think I might do that. So tune in. Watch out for Tuesday's video. I will have Tuesday's video, I promise. I swear to God. And we'll start putting this together. So if you want to do it with me, ooh, black would make the pop. Oh. Okay, Stephanie. Thank you, Stephanie. Susan made 100 dandy blocks. 100. Oh, Susan, you're a better woman than I am. Still have to square them up. We'll see you next Tuesday, Susan. I'm just kidding. You mean you don't want to watch me peel potatoes? I don't want to watch you peel potatoes. I don't want to watch you eat potatoes. I don't want to watch you put grape jelly on potatoes. I don't want to watch that anymore. I don't. I'm putting my foot down. I'm putting my foot down. Potato peeling. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody's funny comments. Okay, I think I got everybody's comments. All right. You guys are fantastic. Thank you for making my Sunday morning amazing. I appreciate it. I love you guys. Hey, kid, hurry home. Hurry home. We miss you. I love you. See you in a few hours. And to everybody traveling, Stephanie's traveling, Madeline is traveling. Please be safe. Please be careful. But she will watch you mash them with your blender. I don't want to see them put them in the blender either. Donna, that was funny. And I think that's going to be we're going to tie it up for today. Please share the channel out. Our goal is 5,000. Somehow I'm going to put it on my backboard. Thanks, Jean. Bye, Madeline. Have a safe trip. Please share the channel out. Our goal is 5,000 subscribers by May 21st. That is our goal. So I'm going to put it up on the board, and that's what we're going to head towards. So share the channel if you know somebody that loves crafting of any kind. I also crochet. If you love to read, I'm always talking about my books. If you like to sew or quilt, or you just want to hear my ridiculous antics, join along. I love you guys. Please remember, only a 1/4 inch seam. And love to my mom. And hopefully she's going home from the hospital today. Thank you for all your prayers and wishes. Have a fabulous afternoon. Go and enjoy some sunshine. Love you guys. See you Tuesday. Bye.